Hi everyone, welcome to Presiding 101, and thank you for wanting to present on this year's wellness conference. Some housekeeping things real quick. Please be open-minded and believe that you can do this. You will be the link from the audience to the presenter. And let's get started. And so we're just going to get started with public speaking. Public speaking is pretty fearful. It's the number one fear in the U.S., with the number two being death. So people would rather be in the casket than actually doing the eulogy. I found that pretty interesting, but there's really nothing to fear, because if you fear that much, you can actually change that fear into that much excitement, because the thinnest line between it is fear and excitement. Just tips and just believe in yourself. Don't fear. We will help you. If you look at that guy in that picture, he's actually pretty confident and happy. Some quick tips for public speaking: know your subject and know your speech. This means just know who you're about to preside for. So if you got to know them and you know what you're going to say, boom, you have that. Know your audience, know your space. Just know who you're speaking to. Just know the environment so you can be comfortable for it. Never apologize. If you're apologizing, that just means you made a mistake and you're making it publicly, and that will actually lead you to be more embarrassed and more have low confidence. That will kind of just mess up your whole, maybe just the rest of the time you're speaking, and you'll feel bad. So just don't apologize. Imagine yourself giving the great speech. Half the battle is actually believing that you can do it. Focus on the message, not yourself. Just focus on the presider and focus on what you're trying to say, and you'll be fine. If you actually cut yourself like, oh man, I'm actually up here, that's actually focusing on yourself, and that means you catch yourself, and again, that's when you probably make mistakes. But when you know your subject and your speech, it's going to be more confident speech. And if you know what you're talking about, you could practice by talking about the thing you know the most, which is yourself. So those are some couple of things that you can kind of practice on that. Some little bit more tips is stay in the lead as long as you're on stage. You are the conductor for a little bit, just to kind of tell everyone who you're presiding for. Plan on a finish. Just don't say, okay, I guess I'm done, or that's it. You kind of want to say, hey, welcome Johnny Appleseed, and thank you very much. That's more of a finish than I'm done. Believe that people are actually rooting for you is saying that when you look up into the audience, you see your peers. You see people who maybe are in the same field, or maybe just want to see you succeed. So get that self-confidence, and you can do awesome with presiding. Be prepared for speaking. You know that you're about to speak, so it's just not kind of a shock to you, like, oh, I actually have to speak. You're speaking. Pay attention to body language. If your hands and body is just kind of doing a lot, people are going to notice that. And what you really want to do is kind of be more relaxed and more confident with who you're speaking about, what you're speaking on, and just how you're actually going to say your message. This goes with if you're just standing there, people are just going to say that you might be embarrassed, or you might be kind of nervous, and people definitely will pick up on that. So just remember to be confident, you'll be fine. We're going to move into our activity. It's 2 to 3 sentences about who you are, because the thing you know the most is yourself. So like, let's talk. You present in front of everyone. So now that you're on the computer, you probably don't have a partner or anything right by you. So we're actually going to do a couple examples with each other, and I'll do Patrick Starburst. So Patrick Starburst is a nice guy. I'm Patrick. Hello. I'm actually in the BSU, I'm in HASA, I'm in ACA, I'm in SHAC. I'm in a fraternity here at school, and I am a junior. Some of my favorite hobbies is I like to go frolfing, and I like to play ultimate frisbee. That's me. Boom. And then you would kind of go and kind of practice like, this is me, and I know a lot about me, so I'm not nervous. This is me. It's called self-confidence. Let's move on to just some more tips and just to talk about here. Be on time, at least 10 minutes early if your presider doesn't actually say anything to you like, oh, arrive 30 minutes early so I can get some help with this. Just make sure you're 10 minutes early at least. You're late if you're on time, and if you're early, then you're on time. So just remember that, and just make time you're on your side. The top 3 questions that I actually like to ask before a maybe presiding opportunity: is there anything specific that you want me to know about you? Do they have an MPH? Do they have a PhD? What about them that you want people to know? How they pronounce their last name. For instance, Patrick Starburst. It might be French. You might be Starburst or something, but it's how they pronounce it. It's not really how you pronounce it. So just keep in mind just to be polite, and also just end off with, is there anything else that you need help with? They might need help with their computer and their PowerPoint, or they might just need someone just to pass out some future information business cards. So just keep an open mind and be confident. Speaking of confident, while presiding, you just got to stay confident. Confidence. Stay positive. Edify your speaker with enthusiasm. For example, I'm going to do this guy named Johnny Appleseed. And here we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another presentation on Appleseed Incorporated. I'm going to present Mr. Johnny Appleseed, who is the co-founder of Appleseed Incorporated, which is a marketing consulting firm. And then on his part-time, Johnny is actually a philanthropist, and that's why he's here, because he's written 2 books on philanthropy and just how and what to do. So I just like to welcome my mentor, my new friend, Johnny Appleseed, and then people will, audience will clap, clap, clap. So that's kind of just like short example on how to preside. But wait, you get to do it too. So here we go. Partner up. From who are you, the 2 to 3 sentences on who you are. You're probably at your computer, so you're not going to have that person right by you. Unless you do, you can practice with them on who you are. So let's just go through an example again. Mr. Patrick Starburst is here. So just some examples. You just want to tell your audience who he is, what does he do, when did he start, where is he from, and why does he do what he does. Maybe there's a why. Find out the why. That's probably the biggest, most inspiration thing you can probably do is figure out the why and their motivation. Let's just do it right now. Patrick Starr. Who is he? Well, he's Patrick Starr, and he is a social worker, and he's been a social worker for about 10 years now. He's from Chicago, Illinois, and as a child, he was inspired by his father, who was a renowned social worker from the southeast side of Chicago. And that's where he wanted to be. And that is Patrick Starburst. To move on a little bit, just some last minute tips on just how to do this. And it doesn't take much. Just dress well. You'll feel better automatically. That's just a spiritual thing. For all those How I Met Your Mother fans, suit up. You feel great. Don't forget to breathe. Yeah, it felt good to breathe. And take your time. That means just don't rush through it. Just make sure you're confident, you are poised, and you know who your presenter is. Be flexible. He or she may want you to make some copies for future information for after the presentation. Who knows? But just be flexible and remember you are representing Winona State University. You are part of the conference that the presenter is actually a guest at, so please make them feel at home, make them feel well and comfortable, and you should do fine. This is future networking. This can help you out for your future. I just would like to say thank you all for listening, and I hope you got a better understanding on just how presiding works. It's not hard. You can do it. Just got to believe in yourself, and that should be fine. Well, thank you very much again, and good luck in your future presiding.